Hi everyone, your online social media partner in progress is here again. I hope you've been putting God first in everything. I sincerely hope you've been enjoying your life. You need to enjoy your life. Even if you live to be 100 years, the best way you can get the best out of your life is to live it with joy. It doesn't mean that joy is the absence of pain or joy is the absence of offenses. It just means that you are choosing to live above and beyond the circumstances around you. And today we'll be speaking on forgiveness. And I know a lot of us have heard this quote that is not in the Bible, though it sounds very godly. To err is human, but to forgive is divine. And what that anonymous person is saying is that when people err, the natural human instinct is either to take vengeance or to, get justice, which is good in the kind of society that we live because it allows for balance, or to just try to ensure that you give somebody an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth kind of philosophy. But when it says to forgive is divine, it shows you that above human nature, to be like God, that, not counting our sins and trespasses against us, but chose to forgive us because he knew that we're human, we're frail, we're like dust and flowers that are here today and are gone tomorrow. And Jesus wants us to emulate him. So, in speaking about forgiveness today, I'm just going to take Matthew 18:22. And the disciples asked Jesus, how many times should we forgive? Is it 7 times? And Jesus says, no, not 7 times, but 70 times 7 times. And preachers have said that actually meant 70 times 7 times in a day. Now, if you can get offended 490 times, you must be a genius. How many hours do you have in the day? And you're going to sleep out of the 24 hours. You're going to eat. You're going to have your body grooming. You're going to have your commuting time to work or to where it is that you go to. So where will you get the time to be offended 70 times, 7 times? I'm not in any way trying to downplay offense, Some people, and offenses are in various degrees. And I'm here today to speak about those offenses that require forgiveness that are really hard. I'm talking about somebody took advantage of you as a lady and took from you what can never be given back. Someone robbed you of your childhood. Your parents passed away as a child, and you were given to relatives who ought to have taken better care of you, but saw you as an extra house help. And these are things that have happened. And, I listened to Joyce Meyer a lot, and I love her story. Joyce Meyer was raped by her father severally till she clocked 18 or 17. And she ran away from home. And her mother sat and watched. And they treated her brother like a king, like he could do no wrong. How can you, I didn't imagine in a regular home setting, you don't have a psychological problem or a psychiatric problem, and you take your own daughter. The relationship and the bond between fathers and daughters, people say it's like a mystery, just like the relationship with mothers and their sons. And then you take your own daughter and rape her, and rape her and rape her from age 8 for about 10 years. And you don't have any, as I'm saying this thing, I'm thinking about lots of people that I've heard that have gone through. It doesn't have to be rape. It could be murder. It could be someone cheating you of a huge amount of money. I know someone that, acted as a guarantor for someone with his house. And the person ran away with the money from the bank. And the bank came and took this man's house. And I was there, watching. Not at the point when it happened, but, I came back and I saw his property outside. His children had to scamper around, and for many years, the man eventually died. So I'm talking about things that are really painful. But you know what Joyce Meyer said? That before her father died, she went to wherever it was, maybe an old people's home or maybe prison, and that she led him to Christ. She had been praying for his salvation for years, and she told him she forgave him and that she loved him. I don't know if I have the heart for that. There are some things you don't pray for to happen. They are better imagined. But these things do happen, and we have to make allowances and prepare ourselves that in the eventuality where you are driving with your family and a drunk driver comes and runs over your vehicle and only one person survives and nothing happens to the driver, and you say, where was God? Where is justice? Why me? I want you to know that as you are healing from your pain, to those who are affected by any form of offense, and I'm talking about hurts that wound the soul and almost make you disoriented and almost lose your faith in God, please don't. And please go for counseling, like I always say, but please forgive. Living in unforgiveness is like drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die from it. There's no other way to explain this. Please forgive. Just let it go. Leave the people to God. The Bible says that you should pray for your enemies and for those that spitefully use you. Just leave them to God. In a case where there's a social or a justice system, not like the ones we have around us, you can seek for legal support. You can seek to get justice. But in your heart, please forgive. Please forgive. It may take you time. You may need to get help. You will need to have support. But please forgive. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is setting a prisoner free only for you to realize that you were the prisoner. Just let it go. Move on with your life. If Joyce Meyer could move on from rape to a wonderful marriage to Dave Meyer, to having 4 children all in the ministry, to having a huge ministry. Oprah Winfrey too had she had a very bad childhood where she was molested by family members, men, at a young age. But look at her today. And I could mention so many people. Get beyond your pain. Get help. Seek for legal, assistance if you need to. Get, legal justice if you need to. But don't live in unforgiveness. Even as, the system is, taking its full course of action. And even if you never get justice, because to be quite frank, a lot of offenses go without getting justice. And the offender goes on living well, and that's the annoying thing. They live well, and then they look at you, especially for girls that were raped, and they snicker. The best way to revenge is to have a happy and a successful life. Look at your past and say, I'm not coming back to you. I may have been victimized, I may have been hurt, but I am better than this. Get up and have a successful life. The best vengeance for any hurt, any pain, is to live a successful life. Don't live in bitterness. And I pray for anyone who has been hurt, who is living in pain, who is just asking, where is God? That God will heal you, and God will make you whole again, and that you will find that peace you need and the strength to forgive, and just let go. Let the system take its full course. And if you know you will never get justice here on earth, let it go. Just leave the person to God. Get yourself away from any volatile environment, any environment that would, make these things repeat itself, and speak out. There are so many social structures now that can help you protect yourself. There are so many homes that can help get protection. But don't live in unforgiveness. It's not worth it, okay? I pray for everyone out there that God will help you live for Him, and God will help you live to the best of your lives. Have a great week. I'll speak to you again next week. Bye.